And welcome again, Whams. We are going to cover what my expectations are on Cornell notes. Okay, this lesson, very easy. It's just for you to understand what Cornell notes is and what it looks like. That's all. But starting next lesson, you're going to start slowly doing more and more of the notes. For the first week or so, I'll do most of the work for you. But as time goes by, I'm going to do less and less and less work. And eventually, you're going to be looking at a 2 to 3 page article, and it will be entirely on you to do all the Cornell notes from scratch with just a form. So pay attention, get this easy lesson right, and understand what to do because there's more coming. Let me go over an example of what we're getting into next week and what Cornell Notes looks like. So I shouldn't say next week, next lesson. So next lesson, we'll be covering the Black Panther, or the gentleman that played Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman. I have a Good News ELA article, and that's where we're going to start. That's not now, that's next lesson. But the big thing is, you'll notice that I have nice bullet points. These are facts, or basically facts from every 2 to 3 paragraphs. You'll also notice that in red, I have vocabulary. So there's words like diaspora. Nobody your age knows the word diaspora. I didn't know it till I was in college, but it's in the article. So I wrote down diaspora and I looked up and came up with a meaning for it. So you'll have to put your vocabulary you don't know in your notes as well. Here's the big thing from the very beginning is generating questions. Every 2 to 3 facts you have, you need to generate a question that these are the answer for. I know that's kind of weird, but that's how STAR is going to work. You have to be able to look at these facts and generate a question that answers them. Like, would Bosman or any of his fans have guessed his career would be so short or so important? And if you read the first 2 to 3 of these facts, you get that these would all answer this question. But don't freak out about that yet. You'll get that example and you'll get more knowledge of that as we go by. In the very beginning, I want you to fill out the little blanks. So I'll leave you blanks, but I'm still doing most of the work. Eventually, you're going to be generating your own questions, your own vocabulary, and everything. But from the very beginning, I'm going to expect you to fill in the blanks on these by reading the article. And from the very beginning, I'm going to expect you to write a short summary at the end of each one of these about the article. It needs to be about 2 to 3 sentences, no more. If it's a paragraph, it's not a summary. It needs to be 2, maybe 3 sentences tops. And it has to be able to be an explanation you could give somebody. So if you had to explain an article or a piece of text to somebody next to you, you would be this 2 to 3 sentence summary would do the trick. So remember, right now, just learn what Cornell notes are and understand where things go. But remember that as lessons go by, you're going to be doing more and more, and eventually this will be blank, and it will be entirely up to you to fill in the boxes. But you have about a week and a half to 2 weeks before you get that far. All right. Now that you know my expectations, continue on with your lesson. You have a sort coming up and another video to watch, and make sure you take your exit ticket, and I'll see you around.